Well, thank you, Madam President. I would say I love all of our states, and I'm very proud that the state of Indiana plays such a critical role in ensuring the economic resiliency and the manufacturing potential of this great nation, something so important to all of our citizens, irrespective of where you live. I represent the most manufacturing-intensive state in the country. Energy demand is up. Manufacturers are investing and expanding. Small businesses are plugging in, and our nation's energy needs are rising. And Indiana is foremost a manufacturing state. About 45% of our in-state electricity generation comes from coal. That's the reality. That means dependable around-the-clock capacity isn't optional. It's how the Hoosier economy runs. Yes, the expectation was that 4 Indiana coal-fired power units would be offline by 2024, but the facts on the ground have changed. And our responsibility here today is to keep power dependable and affordable with the megawatts we have, the megawatts we already have. So what the EPA is doing now is a common sense correction. That's all we're talking about. Updating Indiana's summer emissions limit to match the plants that are actually in operation while keeping the underlying clean air guardrails in place. Keep those in place. Plants still have to meet current environmental standards. They still have to run controls. No one's getting a free pass here. This is merely a housekeeping correction that lines up the state limit with active generation so unrealistic, retroactive costs aren't forced on power plants and ultimately the ratepayer. This is common sense, pushing aside the bureaucracy, using the flexibility that we have in the law. And it keeps the numbers honest, keeps the planning stable for the hottest months of the year, and it avoids regulatory whiplash. Imagine if we're changing the rules nonstop back in D.C. Create great uncertainty. So this accommodates the realities on the ground. And if this fix is overturned, Indiana would revert to older limits designed for a fleet that no longer exists. So in practice, that means less operating room during heat waves and higher costs right when our citizens need power the most. All of our citizens. Hoosiers are already feeling it. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, Indiana's average home electricity prices are up roughly 11.5% year over year. And the Trump administration aims to do something about it. Rather than working to keep generation steady and reliability predictable, my colleagues, or at least some of them on the other side of the aisle, are advancing a repeal effort that would punish Indiana at the worst possible time. Hoosiers should not pay more because government insists on regulating yesterday's grid instead of today's realities. Instead, we should focus on adding new capacity before prematurely retiring existing assets, and cut red tape so generation pipelines and transmission get built faster. That's what we should do. Let's not write off active megawatts and then act surprised when bills rise and lights flicker. So if your priority is reliability and protecting American families from price spikes, the choice is clear. Keep what works today so we can build what we need for tomorrow. I urge my colleagues to vote no on this disapproval resolution, and I yield the floor.